Hey everyone, this is Walt J, and thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Pop Culture Radio. This interview was done prior to the COVID-19 outbreak, so please continue to follow all your safety guidelines that's put forth by the state and your local authorities. Stay safe, stay healthy, sit back and relax, and maybe get a little insight into Walt J and my small contribution to the music of MOTOWN. I'll see you afterwards.
Detroit, Michigan, the Motor City, the automotive capital of the world. It's also known as Hitsville, USA, Hockey Town. The names says it all. This is a place where things happen. A blue-collar town. A city where fans are passionate and the communities strive to blossom. A city on the comeback. It is also the place of techno music. The history is vast and the talent is deep. The influences are infinite. But the great thing this music does is bring people together. Tina Nelson is a voice in the city that works tirelessly to get the word to the masses. On her program, the In My House Music Show, she talks with artists from around the world and highlights several from right here in the city of Detroit. When she asked me to talk with her about my small contribution to this musical genre, I was more than happy to sit down with her.
So, welcome to the show, Mr. Walt J.
Thank you so much for having me.
So, the man from, what was it in the first? So, it's very appropriate that you're the first show in our 5th year.
Okay, right.
Right. You've been there since the beginning.
Since the beginning.
Yeah. So, welcome to the show, Walt J. In My House is in its 5th year. In the first year, your show was the most watched show.
Which I was surprised by that. I was really, when you told me that,
Okay.
I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. But then later when I thought about it, I was like, man, the most watched show? I didn't like, people think I was dead or something, or,
they said you were under the radar.
Under the radar, which I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
I know a lot of artists, they hit that track and there was a stratosphere, just albums and records. And me, like I told you before, I was always happy with just the creation, just doing it and putting it out there for people to hear. It would have been cool to get like all this recognition, but then that might be a lot of pressure. At the age I was at, I probably might have not been ready for it.
I think what that, for me, when it speaks to your legacy, so to speak, that you didn't even realize. I guess you didn't know your own potential. I guess.
It's all right. Right.
But I will thank you, D. Former over in France, for even introducing me to who you were. And me kind of being in the business, but not necessarily at that time when you were making music. Mm-hmm. I didn't know who you were.
Right.
But then, when the former told me about you, and when we actually met at Motor City Wine, when you was here quite a few years ago. Yeah. Then once I started researching you and getting to know your music, I was like, oh my goodness.
That's so funny. Someone was actually, a journalist was actually researching me.
Wow.
And see, you don't think about, I guess I've been out there for a while. Mm-hmm. There's stuff to research, music-wise and character-wise. You don't really think about that when you're in the process of it.
Exactly.
Just over time, it builds up.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that as far as legacies and legends and things like that, Detroit, the birthplace of techno, and Chicago, house, and then Detroit fused those two together.
Yeah.
I guess, and I'll have to attribute this to Mike Banks, mm-hmm. Behind the Mask.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm surrounded by superheroes
Right,
who hide behind their personas. So do you feel yourself being that same way? Hiding behind the characters of power?
You know what? I'm hiding behind the music, I guess.
Exactly.
Would be the thing. I guess that's a good analogy. I never thought of it. See, and for me, it's somehow you said Chicago, Detroit techno. I was born in Chicago.
Oh, really? Okay.
But I was raised in Detroit by an adopted family.
Okay.
Which is why Superman is my favorite character. He was an alien outsider who was raised by adoptive parents.
Okay.
That built his character to what he is. And I contribute that to my upbringing. My parents were older parents. They were more like grandparents, but I called them mom and father.
Okay.
But they raised me with traditional values, respectfulness, how to treat people.
When I reached out to you and we talked about the first year anniversary party when you were the most watched, and when I told you that somebody said that you were under the radar, like that is like interesting because radar means so many things, right?
Right.
So when you first heard that term being used to describe yourself, what did you think about that? What did it do for you? What did you think? What was your thoughts?
I guess at first I was like, under the radar. Does that mean I was trying to hide, or I just wasn't putting myself out there enough, or I was just too quiet, maybe not as relevant. But then I just started thinking about, okay, I'm under the radar because even though I do the music, music wasn't the staple in my life.
Okay.
Because the reason it took so long for me to come back, because it's regular family life stuff. See, I guess my mindset was different. My mental track was different. Okay. I've always been always been a movie guy, film guy, TV. Things are like that. Now, of course, when you Detroit, ghetto, whatever, you're not really told that you can do those things. But music, everybody's doing it. Right. Everybody can do it. How you can do that at your house? You can make that. So
right.
I gravitated to that creative form. But then when life happened, got regular job, got married, and all that stuff.
So it became more of a pastime hobby. Because you weren't that wasn't your living.
It wasn't my living, right? And I don't want to make it seem like it was I'm just a novice.
Exactly.
It was just a passion that I had, but it wasn't a passion that I made a living off of.
Exactly.
And that could have been a number of things.
Well, you said life,
the relationship, people I got into doing music with, and I connected with the right people that pushed me to make it a live thing. And then I think also a lot of it might have been my own reservedness. Like I didn't really feel like I'm not that good. I can just keep going like that. I didn't think I was. Some guys, that's all they did.
Right.
DJing, producing, just exposure. And I don't think I felt like I really put the time in to do it like that.
Something interesting though, when I began to do your research and I looked at your song titles, Reborn.
Yeah.
Right? So that, and then the Love Petals, that was beautiful right there. That's just like super pretty. But Reborn, that within itself probably speaks to that under the radar too, huh?
Yeah, I guess so. I think what year would that come out? Because as a spiritual person, as a Christian man, those things come to you real quick. You think about it all the time. You're always thinking about God. Right. You're always thinking about yourself being humble. You're always thinking about the overall spiritual environment that people don't see, what influences us, our choices, our life.
Right.
And so titles like that just come Divinity, Reborn, Ascender. Those things are just inbred byproducts of being
spiritually aware. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So those came easy. The later stuff that I did, the Resurgence. I got a new one coming out now.
Right.
We get into that. There hasn't been a real title to that, but the end of it, because I kind of I curved and do some of those different, you know, with the sound.
Right.
But like I said, those type of titles, they come easy. And I think I told you before, each song or music that you do, it names itself. Sometimes, you know, you're just kind of like, oh, that's like a this.
That's like
that. Yeah, this feels like this. Like you said, Love Pedal. It's like, oh, that felt real soft, floating down, lovely. So I was like, oh, Love Pedal, you know. So it comes, and I guess in every artist say the same thing. There's no real political statement, life statement to those. A lot of people make music because at this time I feel like this, I'm mad at the world, or like Taylor Swift, I broke these breakups, expressing her music.
Right.
My stuff is just what pours out at the time, and I feel it. Cause a sound may trigger it, an idea may trigger it, but I never know until I come and start tinkering around with stuff. What's it gonna turn out to be?
So we're out the house again, and we're hanging out in the I don't even know what to call it. The superhero sanctuary.
I guess it could be the hero sanctuary, or
I mean, if I look at your walls and I look around, and I'm like, wow, you have a lot of super influences down here.
That was my childhood. My childhood was superheroes, and imagine, because I grew up an only child. So I had a lot of
those
time.
were your friends.
Yeah, my super
your super friends.
Yeah, and like I said, I watched a lot of TV growing up.
Okay.
And cartoons, I just gravitated to the hero, the make-believe, the action, the stuff. I was drawn to that. It was just one of those untouchable things. Like, this is amazing, you know. So I just gravitated toward that. You know, Superman. I'm more of a DC Comics person.
Okay, gotcha.
But I like Marvel as well.
Okay.
Just because of the medium.
See, I didn't even know there was a difference.
Yeah, girl.
I'm sorry.
Don't say that.
I'm sorry. Them fighting words.
What you mean you don't know the difference?
I didn't.
Yeah, so.
I thought all super things went together, but you're right. DC Comics. So okay, I know. Yeah. DC is Wonder Woman, Batman,
Superman.
Is Captain America?
That's Marvel. Right.
See, I crossed them up.
Yeah.
See, that's what they do. House, tech house, EDM versus EDM. Okay.
Don't even go.
Okay.
EDM,
let me re-justify myself.
They stole a whole culture and made billions off of it.
Yeah.
Which is sad, because it wasn't intentional. They just did what they knew. Then it just got pushed. That's that whole privilege, not privilege. Situation. So that's a whole nother talk.
That's another show. Anyway, so look, we're gonna take a break for a second, and then we're gonna come back, and you're gonna tell us what the man under the radar has been doing.
It's
under the radar.
A lot of stuff. People don't know music and film. So
all right, we're gonna get into that right after this break. Okay.
All right.
This is T. Carlita for the In My House Techno Music Show. We will be right back with my man Walt J. In a minute. Hi. So let's talk about what you've been doing. Like, I think what year was that on your plaque?
Oh, that plaque was
15?
Yeah, 2015, January 18th, 2015.
Wow.
So,
2015.
You know, it always creep up on you.
I got you.
But yeah, so I was in, I did a scene in Batman versus Superman. But the whole sequence that we shot for 2 days never made the film. This is kind of a bummer. But I can say I've been in 2 movies because they used a scene from me, a panning shot in the back of my head was in it.
Okay.
And then they used that same clip in Suicide Squad. That same funeral clip where we was holding candles mourning the death of Superman.
Wow.
And then I've done, as an extra, I did about 4 episodes in Comedy Central's The Detroiters.
Okay.
One, I was a police officer.
Another scene, I was like a news producer, so I was in the background doing news stuff.
So they do all this stuff in Detroit?
They done that in Detroit. That Comedy Central, Detroiters filmed it, yeah, because that was part of their, for the showrunners, they wanted it to be shot in Detroit because of the realness of Detroit, because they were from Detroit.
So the myth of the film industry left Detroit.
It didn't leave, but it did
fizzle down a little bit.
Fizzle down because of the tax thing for the government. That's a whole other thing.
Okay, right.
But some smaller independent projects are still shot in and around Detroit. There's a new series on DC's web streaming service called The Titans, which is like the young Robin, some other heroes that they shot. It's set in Detroit. So that some of the pilot stuff was shot in and around Detroit.
So you are like really shedding light on this comic thing. As a kid, we all watched cartoons. We all watched comedy and things of that nature. Mm-hmm. But I guess I never really got into it like that.
Right.
But it's deep. It's real deep.
It's either for you or it's not.
Okay.
At the young age, you're either drawn to it or you're not.
Mm-hmm.
But now in today's medium, where there's a whole genre that's superhero movies, mm-hmm. because there's so many characters and stories within those characters mm-hmm. that Hollywood can pull from.
And you know what I like? I listen to the soundtracks. Mm-hmm. And if you listen to the soundtracks, in my opinion, a lot of original Detroit techno, Detroit music styling.
Okay.
I think it's a lot of inspiration in a lot of those too. I believe so.
Fast-paced, hard driving
that hard driving stuff. Heck yeah. It's
and it's not just for a rave drug scene.
Nope.
It's sprinkled out throughout the whole stuff.
Right. So let's talk about your music project. So you've been doing movie stuff. You trying to get famous on me? No, just kidding.
If I can get famous, that means you can get famous.
Oh shoot, I'm riding with you.
That's how we do it. And now we'll say, in another venture with another company that I'm partnered with called Southern SYKOS Productions. Mm-hmm. They do found footage films. I use Claude Young to do a soundtrack for one of those features.
Nice.
And that's going to be, I actually would literally just finish editing those and sent them off to the production company so they can start, getting it ready for DVD and digital release.
Claude Young is, oh my God, he is a beast.
He is a beast.
He is a beast. And now you talk about somebody, we're going to venture on for a second here because that brother right there.
Yes.
He's a silent performer too.
Yes.
He not out here ha rah rah.
But you know his name.
Yes,
you know
you
his
do.
name. That's
Junior.
all people need. Claude Young Jr.
Yep.
And I met him when I first started. He was part of Dow Records.
Okay.
He was part of Utensil.
Okay.
And then we did stuff with Visionary Records.
So you are a legend.
I'm just a person who tagged along with other legends.
Okay. Well, like minds hang out, you rub elbows with them,
exactly.
It rubs off a little
bit.
bit.
And you pick up, and
you learn a lot.
And if I call them and ask questions about equipment, software, how to do something, he right there. He'll, hey, well, I got you what you need,
he did that for me. I was when I first was starting out too, and not too long ago, mm-hmm. I was having some, I'm trying to learn how the concept of sound and improving the sound. Because I got I can frame, I can edit, I can blend, all of that stuff, mm-hmm. but it's that sound. And you know how when you record stuff, it has that noise. And I remember he hit me up. I had put something out there, and he hit me up, use this. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. And I was like, okay, this is Claude Young giving me advice, but he's just regular cool people. I like that. Cool. So let's talk about your project. What's up?
It's a slight departure from what I used to do.
Okay.
This has more vocal arrangements in it, spoken vocal.
Okay.
Another one is more of a jungle type track. I never ventured into doing jungle, but I kind of, when you hear that when you don't hear it and then you hear it, it sounds new again. Like, oh, that's the fat beat. And I never learned how to do that.
Okay.
So got some equipment, was tooling around. I think I got a nice handle on how to do that. So I incorporated it into another song.
So will it fall under the genre of house, techno?
Techno.
Okay.
Yeah, I call it techno.
Okay. So is it going to be like a hard-driven techno or?
I'll play a sample.
Okay. Hold that thought. Let me hold that thought. Let me get a little closer to the production. Let me get a little closer to the production.
So what we'll do is called Project Brazil. Come on.
So this is great. I'm like literally in the studio of a master making masters.
There's your Project Brazil. All right, so a friend of mine,
set it up. Cue me in.
Her name is Astro T.
Okay.
She's a vocalist and she does some house production collaboration with some other artists.
She from Detroit?
No, she is from Europe.
Okay.
And she told me about her experience when she went to Brazil. I said, tell me about that.
Okay.
And she started telling me, you know what? I want you to tell your story to this track that I've been working on. And I want you, tell me what you thought. So she did a recording back home. And I took them snippets of her talking and put it into this track. So that's why I said it's a departure for what I usually do.
Okay.
Oh, you ain't ready for that one.
Oh, man.
You ain't ready for
How come? No, just kidding.
Because that's the remix.
Oh, okay.
Let me make sure. Okay, here we go.
Let me tell you about my trip to Brazil. Yeah, I went on a retreat. With a group of people. It took me 24 hours to get there. All there for different reasons. We're staying in the middle of the rainforest in little huts. We were going to do 3 ceremonies. It took place in a big round building, thatched building. With open sides, you could hear everything in the rainforest. Weird sounds I've never heard before. Little mattresses laid out, and blankets. We were given a thick syrupy drink in a little plastic cup. We drank the syrupy drink down.
Yeah, right. Yeah, wait. Oh, dang. I was just getting started. No, just kidding.
Yeah. And so,
it's fascinating. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
What's fascinating about today, social medias and the wave of the internet connects so many people. So you met her through mutual friends, but you because she's in Europe, you physically never met her.
Never talked, never met face to face.
That's amazing.
It was correspondence, email, messenger, audio snippets here, audio snippets there.
So she recorded where she is,
send me the files. I bring them in.
High quality too.
High quality, yeah. Like I said, she does stuff over there. And so I heard her on another record, probably in a mix or something somewhere, and somehow she just connected with me through Facebook some type of way. It's hard. You never remember how you connect with people. You just know that you do, because the relationships are so organic.
True.
So you never really think on. I'm trying to think, how did we meet? Because it's like we've known each other for years. Right.
Exactly. Wow. I wish you well. Thank you for inviting me into the world of DC comics and educating me that all superheroes morph from different entities. I just put them all together.
Different publishers.
I didn't mean to start fighting words like that. I'm gonna get out of here safe, okay? I'm protected by Superman and Wonder Woman. See, I'm on the right path. Hey!
That is so good.
All right, well, until it's dropped,
Yes, ma'am.
You gonna cut it?
You cut it?
Yeah.
T. Carlita signing off. In my house music show.
You said that so well. Why don't you close this segment out for me? There you go, right there. You close it out.
That is the end of today's segment of T. Carlita's In My House music show. Coming right back at you.
I couldn't have done it better myself.
That's
all right.
Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed that interview. All the music you heard is currently available on streaming platforms. There will be a link provided in the description below. I know a lot of the conversation was talked about what was coming, but as of the filming of this video, that music is currently out. Please like, share, and subscribe. Continue to stay safe, and I'll see you again soon.